quarterback in the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Shooter take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down.
watch where he's gonna set up. He's gonna go for it. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Athens for week 2 of season 21 of the CFSL. I'm Elon Off, joined by Dominic Barfield here at Sanford Stadium. Dominic, it's a nice, cool night, 75 degrees overcast, perfect weather for some CFSL football.
Absolutely. You're not wrong. It looks like it's going to be a nice chill night tonight. Looks like we've got the third meeting between Ohio State and Georgia in CFSL history. Looking to see some action happen tonight.
Looks like Ohio State is going to get the opening kickoff, and we will be underway here at Sanford Stadium with the return. It's Lincoln Martin with 27 yards as we look at our impact player for the Buckeyes. It's going to be wide receiver Eden Ballard. So first and 10, just on the other side of the 25, as that'll bring in Jalen Tyree in the gun. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, throws, and that is incomplete. Tyree missed his man on the near sideline. Great coverage by the secondary of the Dogs.
It looks like it's just a little bit of a rough start to the game to get those first jitters out. See how he responds back on this next possession.
Tyree in the gun, empty backfield, drops back to pass, goes for the short pass, caught by Harden for a 3-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and long.
All right, let's see how they respond back right here. Looks like it's going to be a little bit behind the sticks. Let's see if they can get going with the going.
Needs to get out to the 37-yard line to pick up this first down as Tyree has some pressure and he's sacked. Loss of 8 yards on the play. Kate Ryland with her first sack of the night.
So Kate Ryland just had absolutely great pressure, just bullied all around and just got a good stop in that first drive. Georgia's going to be looking to have good field position. Let's see how it goes.
So Ryland drops Tyree way behind the line of scrimmage, and the Buckeyes have no choice but to punt it to the home team. And I tell you what, Dominic, if you want a recipe for disaster, if you are Ohio State, you do not want to give this crowd a reason to get into this game early.
No, absolutely not. Especially playing in Georgia Stadium, that crowd can absolutely just go ahead and be a game changer for you.
Flag on the play. It's going to be the clipping call on Georgia, so that'll back them up. Arthur Barrett, the guilty party on the flag, as it'll be first down. Dogs back at their own, we'll call it the 34.5, as that is right there. Petty in the pistol position. He's on record watch. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Hands off to O'Reilly. Takes off towards the left side. Picks up 9 yards, but he pays for it on the hit.
And just like you were saying, Brandon Petty does need 2 passing touchdowns to tie Ludwig Freeman for the school career record. Let's keep a close eye on that and see if we can get some records called tonight.
Jeremy Schultz, the junior out of New York City, laying the hammer on O'Reilly. As it's 2nd down and 1, shotgun formation. Petty looking to pass for first time tonight. Finds a wide open man, still on his feet. It's Lucas Leaks, the tight end, for an 11-yard pickup.
Man, I'll tell you what, I always love seeing a tight end that just gets those leg turnings and just refuses to go down. Great way to move the chains.
7.5 minutes here in the first quarter as they'll hand it off to Jet, and he can't turn on the Jet. Still gets 2 as he is brought down by the Berlin Wall himself, Seth Berlin.
Man, Berlin out here firing on all cylinders. Got the Mack truck out early in the game.
Elon Olive and Dominic Barfield coming to you live from Athens as Petty in the gun. Hands it off to O'Reilly, and he's going nowhere. Brought down for a loss by DJ Money, taking him to the bank.
Well, I'll tell you what, DJ Money just set up the absolute money down. This defense is stifling on the run game.
3rd and 12, and you got to think Petty's probably going to go to the air on this one. But I've been wrong before, and indeed, Petty does go to the air. Holds it too long, and he's brought down A huge sack by Jeremy Schultz.
I'll tell you, that is an absolute nail in the coffin for what could have been a promising drive. You can't sit there and burp the ball on that. You've got to get it out, whether it's just throw it out of bounds or trying to make a play.
So it'll go back to the Buckeyes. 6 minutes, 46 seconds and counting. Punts this one high, and that's going to be caught right around the 15-yard line, out across the 20. Still on his feet, Ethan Flowers, close to the 25. They'll probably give him the 24, but it's first and 10 Buckeyes.
So let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. I think Ohio State was a little rattled coming out to start. I think they've seen that their defense has some life, and let's hope that they can put up an orchestrated drive.
We'll have an update from the Twitch game after this play. Tyree in the pistol, hands off to Davis. She keeps the feet moving, picks up 7 yards. Over on Twitch, a 34-yard touchdown pass to CeCe Mucci, and the Virginia Tech squad goes up 7-0 over West Virginia with just over 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Tyree in the pistol. Sends Davis out towards the flat. Throws this one, caught for the first down to the 45. Still on his feet to the 50. It's Lincoln Martin with a 21-yard pickup.
And Lincoln Martin just refused to go down. He knows he needs to be that spark that the offense needs tonight. Absolute incredible way to just keep the legs turning and just move forward.
Sets up a fresh set of downs for the Buckeyes. And really, the defenses have kind of all been bend but don't break, but we're in the infant stages of this game. Ball on the Georgia 48-yard line. Tyree in the gun. Takes the snap, play action to Davis. Looking to go deep, but overthrows his man big time. Second down coming up.
Said can't blame the throw whatsoever. Sometimes you just want to go ahead and press the ball downfield and just see if you can catch it. Just looks a little bit too far on that one.
Tyree takes the snap on 2nd and 10, goes for the screen pass out to David, cross the 50 to the 45, picks up 6 yards, 3rd and 4.
So good catch by Emily Davis, turning upfield, holding on to the ball, but also a good stop by the defense, trying to make sure that they can get it into a manageable situation for a stop.
Split backs with Tyree. Drops back, has some protection, dumps it off towards the near side, across the 45 to the 30, 25, 20, off and running. They're not going to catch him. Crenshaw, though, gets brought down. I thought he was gone. Crenshaw with a 30-yard reception on the screen.
Well, Jordan Baker did call for a conversion there in the chat, and Jordan Baker got his wish.
I thought he was gone, but he's just shoved out of bounds.
A little bit more speed, and we're talking six for pay dirt.
Ohio State 12, Georgia 13 here in the CFSL, so this is expected to be a tight matchup. Tyree in the gun, drops back, stands tall, throws for the end zone, and that is deflected away by Jay Henry.
Good deflection by Henry there, keeping his eyes on the ball, putting his hands up, and just making sure that he can get that knockdown.
Pistol formation with Davis in the backfield. Takes the snap, and it's a handoff to Davis. She's across the 10, almost to the 5. It'll be 3rd and 3 after the gain of 7.
I don't know. If you ask me, it looks like that was a little bit of face mask territory. Maybe we need to keep an eye on the refs tonight.
That could be, as it split backs for Tyree. Drops back, wanting to trust his arm. Dumps this one down to Crenshaw, and he's going to try to fight forward, but they hold him. What a stop by the dog. 4th and 1.
I thought Crenshaw was going to be able to get that push in. It looks like they're going for it on 4th and 1.
Tyree drops back, throws towards the end zone. Touchdown, Lincoln Martin, and they go for it on 4th down and come up with points.
And see, just right there, that's what I was talking about. The defense showed a little bit of life. Offense came out and made sure that they just hit on each spot and just worked their way on for the 6 points.
Travers through the uprights, and it's 7-0 Buckeyes with 4.5 left in the first quarter.
Now, so after that first possession with Georgia, what are we looking for Georgia to answer back for you? What are your keys for this drive?
I think one thing for Georgia is you're going to have to get the ball out to Uriah Pace, Hayden Carter. Use those weapons. Lucas Leakey had 1 reception. I want to see him get more involved in this drive.
Man, I don't know about you. I felt that hit up here. Man, what a lumber layer.
Strong eye formation. Petty hands off to O'Reilly, goes towards the right side to the 30, puts on a stiff arm, picks up 8 yards, 2nd down and 2.
Jen O'Reilly just putting that head down, taking bodies, and making sure that we can get as close to it as possible.
Another strong I formation. Keep your eye on O'Reilly in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. Hands off O'Reilly. Tries to turn the quarter, but is met by a whole gang of Buckeyes, and it's 3rd and 1.
So that defense kept their eye on the backfield and just swarmed in drove and making sure that the Jet got no airtime.
Ooh, I like that. Twins on the end. Petty under centers. Brings the tight end closer. Dropping back pass on 3rd and 1, but he's sacked. Loss of 6 yards coming up big with the play. It's Will Davis with his first sack of the night. 4th and 8.
So Will Davis just absolutely was uncontested, just sent a screamer at Petty's head. Said Petty tried to make the move, but just not enough time back there to get the ball out.
Well, Ohio State will have a chance to do something that they did not get the opportunity to do last time they were out, as last week Ohio State had to make a 21-point comeback to beat Colorado. Now they're looking to create some separation early between themselves and the Bulldogs.
Said the key step of this drive, they just got to take what the defense is going to give them, get as close to the chains, and just don't make any turnovers.
Tyree with the quarterback keeper puts on a strong stiff arm out into Bulldog territory. Jalen Tyree with a 13-yard rush, kind of reminiscent of Josh Allen with that stiff arm there.
So Tyree's not playing any games after being sacked 8 times last week. I guarantee he's not one to be touched again tonight.
Tyree fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, has nothing but green grass from another strong stiff arm and another first down for the sophomore out of Columbus, Ohio.
Man, I'll tell you, you made a good call trying to say that it was very Josh Allen-like. If Tyree's doing this all night, it could possibly be a long day for the defense.
Trips on the near side. Tyree stands at the 40, launches deep, has a man, and that is caught by Lincoln Martin, and he steps out of bounds. 1st and goal.
Man, I don't know. I would have them taking a look at this. I don't know if he stepped out. Just absolute blown coverage and just no man's land.
2 minutes, 50 seconds, and counting left in this one, and it's literally on the goal line.
Oh, wow, I guess they're not going to call. They're not going to call for a review. I'm confused.
Tyree gets a great block up front, throws, touchdown, Lincoln Martin, his 2nd one of the day, and it's 13-0 Buckeyes.
Man, Lincoln Martin is just finding as much open space that the defense is just not simply looking for him. If I was the Georgia defense, I would be doubled, and I would keep as many people on as possible.
Travers to attempt the extra point to make this a 14-point game, and he does just that. Well, Ohio State had to come back down by 21 last week. Now they put up 14 unanswered points here in the first quarter. What a difference a week makes.
Said, and now this is just going to come down to Petty getting his players under center and just acting like we've been here before. We can't be knocked in the mouth and just sit on our backsides. We've got to come out swinging, and we've got to return the punches just as the same.
Petty has to come out again, needs 2 touchdowns to tie the legend Ludwig Friedman for most in school history. 2 passing touchdowns, that is. The junior Petty hands off to O'Reilly, and he'll try to go upfield. Picks up 1 yard on the play, 2nd and 9.
Man, I got to be honest with you. Do you think, knowing that record is just right there, do you think that could be playing in Petty's mindset tonight?
You know what? I would think Petty, yeah, he's aware of it. Of course, he's heard the talk, but he's a competitor. He's focused on what he needs to do as we have a flag on the play. Right now, I think he's worried more about trying to perform out there, as it's going to be a false start penalty on the Dogs, and that's how you shoot yourself in the foot right there.
You said it just as well as I did. That is not the start you need to come out and try to maintain and move the ball when you're down 2 possessions.
Petty dumps this one off downfield, across the 50, still on his feet. It is the man that we were calling for earlier. That might be a walk-on, actually, as there is a penalty on Hayden Carter. And that's going to negate this entire play.
I don't know if we were looking at the same numbers, but to me, it looked like that was Lucas Leak on that.
Oh,
monster,
it was 85. Yep.
Monster.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who that was.
No, it's okay.
Over on Twitch, we'll give you an update here. Petty throws this one deep, and that's incomplete. 3rd and 10. Over on Twitch, a 2-yard touchdown run for Gunnar Rice as West Virginia scores. Tech lead 10-7 with 1:25 in the first.
Said at this point, hold on.
No, you're good. Petty throws this one towards the right side, caught across the 50 to the 45. Jeff Master with a 30-yard reception. First time we've seen him, and that's going to set things up well for the Bulldogs.
Said I had to take a moment, catch my breath, looking at the way that the defense was set up. It was just set up perfectly for him to get out there in stride, make that catch, and finally put some blood into the heart of Georgia. Let's see if they can keep up the composure on the rest of this drive.
Ball on the 45-yard line. Takes the snap, hands this one off to O'Reilly, goes forward, and O'Reilly with a 5-yard pickup. By the way, O'Reilly needs 45 yards, and he will be second in school history, passing Nicholas Perez for the Bulldogs. So we'll keep an eye on that.
And I said, it looks like we're about 21 yards off on that one.
As that one's deflected by Davis.
Ooh, man! As much as I want to say it was a deflection, I think Davis just had his eyes downfield and wasn't trying to maintain possession to get that turnover.
Lincoln Martin with 2 touchdown receptions. That's how we got here. Going deep, looking for one for themselves is Georgia. Lucas Leak with a 33-yard reception.
And see, my bias might be showing a little bit. I do love having the tight end utilized in the big game passing. That's just a big boy going up, high pointing that ball, coming down with it, and getting them in the red zone for the first time tonight.
We got an update from Twitch in just a minute as it's 1st and goal Bulldogs. Petty under center. Less than a minute left in the first. Drops back, keeps it himself, takes off, and he's tackled from behind on a 3-yard rush. A touchdown-saving tackle, looked like by Kane Hargrave, and it's 2nd and goal.
That Petty saw nothing downfield, just saw some open grass, tried to make the best of it. Just came up a little bit short. Got to get those feet higher.
We'll get that Twitch update right now as Austin Peters loses 2 on the play. 43-yard touchdown pass to Savannah Olzer for Virginia Tech, and it's a 17-7 lead under 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Ethan, I've never heard that one. All that in a bag of Skittles. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's a new one.
Petty drops back, 3rd and goal, throws, touchdown to Jason Dodd, and a 6-yard reception. And Petty has one. He needs one more to tie the all-time school record for most passing touchdowns in a career. As now it is 14-6. Go ahead.
So I'll tell you what, I don't know what the defense was looking at on that possession. Dodd was just in the back of the corner of the end zone all by himself. That's the drive that Georgia was looking for. The crowd feels it a little bit more. They think that they're going to be back in this game just fine. And now can the defense come out and finally maintain a good stop? And can they force Ohio State to have to go right back out on defense again?
3rd meeting between these two teams, and the series is tied at 1. Last time these two teams met was season 17, and Ohio State with the win big time is Lincoln Martin with a 44-yard return. Again, it was season 17, and the final score was a 56-14 win, actually, for Georgia. My apologies, got that mixed up. Shotgun formation for Tyree. Keeps it himself, and he has decided to be the runner today, but he's sacked for a loss of 1 yard by Kate Ryland, her 2nd sack of the night.
I said she's looking phenomenal out there on there. She's just bullying the line. She's getting through. She's looking and seeing where the ball is. Just absolutely stifling this offense.
And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Ohio State with a 14-7 lead. You're tuned in to the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube.
Well, let's go ahead and get some first quarter analysis. What did you like that you saw? What did you not like tonight?
Well, I like that Georgia is mixing it up. They are getting O'Reilly involved. I think Lucas Leak is going to be an X factor. As far as Ohio State, you can't really blame them for anything that they've done, as they dumped that one off to John Don for a 6-yard reception. They're getting, of course, Tyree running. Emily Davis is being used. I want to see Emmanuel Noah get his due. He only had 1 reception for 30 yards, but he's not that type of weapon. We'll see if they can get him involved more. It's 3rd and 5. Tyree. Dropbacks pass, sack. Loss of 8 yards on the play, and it's LaCrissa Pettyjohn with her first sack. Over on Twitch, a 45-yard touchdown run for Gunnar Rice as West Virginia cuts into the Virginia Tech lead again. 17-14 just getting started in the second quarter over there, as Georgia will get the ball back now with about 8.5 to play in the half.
So I'll tell you, me personally, I know you called out you want to see more out of Lucas Leak. I would really like to see Uriah Pace and Hayden Carter both get some more touches, and just really kind of just stretch out this defense and make them really have to commit to who are they going to blanket. And let's just go ahead and see if they can get it locked up and started on this drive.
Pitches it out to O'Reilly, turns upfield to the 30, cross the first down marker, and a 15-yard gain for Jed O'Reilly. He needs 45 yards to be second all-time on the career yards listed in school history. He's got 38 already. That record, he could be moving on up. 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
So I think Georgia finally got a little bit of that jet fuel in there. It looks like the jet plane is starting to taxi to the runway. We might see a big takeoff here.
Petty back to pass, throws towards the right side, caught by Uriah Pace. 7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3. You called for Uriah Pace, and now he's starting to get involved.
Hey, that's all you got to do. Is you get one, you start feeling yourself, you start getting a little more movement out there. It could be the start of a monster game. We'll just have to keep an eye on that one.
Seth Berlin on the massive hit for Ohio State, as I'll now bring up 2nd and 3. Ball on the 46-yard line of Georgia. Petty takes his time, now gets the snap. Stands tall, fires a bullet, caught for the first down. No, he dropped it. It was knocked loose by Jeremy Schultz.
So that's just a good way for Schultz getting his hand in there, forcing the incompletion. It looked like a catch up here.
Petty back to pass, 3rd and 3. Throws towards the right side, caught by O'Reilly. 1-yard pickup, 4th and 2, coming up with 7.5 to play.
Yeah, Brandon Petty's going to have to work on that timing and get that ball just a little bit quicker. You've got to give the jet plane some time to turn and get upfield and try to get that first. You throw it short, you run the risk of coming up short.
This punt will go to him at the 15, turning upfield. It's Ethan Flowers with an 18-yard return, and it's 1st and 10.
No, as much as we want to see the Georgia offense, keep going. I'm really liking the way that this defense is playing with a little more heart. Look to see them make another stop.
Tyree on 1st and 10 has a man in his face, dumps it out to Davis. She turns upfield, picks up of 4 yards on the play for the junior from Danville, Indiana.
I really think that Emily Davis needs to get a couple more touches. She really needs to let her, kind of breathe, and really could be a pivotal part of this offense.
5 wide receivers on the field. Throws this one close to the first down. Lincoln Martin, 3rd and 1. Martin with a monster game, 5 reception for 62 yards and 2 touchdowns so far.
Was that just me, or did it look like that Martin caught it past the last line and had to run back for it?
Yep. Tyree back to pass on 3rd and 1. Throws caught by John Don out to a 14-yard reception. 1st and 10.
That makes my heart happy seeing tight ends getting it and just big boy ball. If I was Tyree, I'm hitting John Don as much as I possibly can.
Tyree stands in the pocket, gets this one to Davis. 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4.
So Davis did a good job holding on to the ball, securing the catch, trying to get as much as possible. A short 2nd and 4 is a good way to keep on progressing.
You mentioned it, Tyree had the game of games last week. 42 of 51, over 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, throws towards the left side, caught by Davis for a 16-yard pickup. Not only can she run the ball, she can catch the ball as well. 4 receptions for 32 yards.
I think Emily's really starting to feel herself. She's starting to come out. She's starting to say, hey, I can move. I can make plays. Give me the ball. Let's make something shake. I would look to see if maybe we just let Emily Davis just keep on progressing, put the ball in her hands and just let her take over for a few.
Tyree in the gun has Crenshaw off his hip, keeps it on the option, goes forward, slips through a tackler, and is brought down after a 9-yard rush.
So good eyes by Tyree on the read option. Didn't like the handoff, took it himself, and just went and said, my ball, let's go get some yards.
5.5 with still Crenshaw in the backfield. Tyree, play action throws, caught at the 5, and it's 1st and goal by Emmanuel Anoa.
Said, did anybody happen to get the number of the Mack truck that came across and just cracked on that? I think that was Nick Lee, if my eyes serve me right.
Takes the handoff. Tyree, quarterback keeper, touchdown, Ohio State, and it is 20-7 Buckeyes.
Said Tyree with the vision, called his own number, said my ball, let's go get the points. Gotta think the Georgia fans might be getting a little bit worried sitting in the stands. It's still early. There's plenty of time left. But being down 2 possessions, getting closer to halftime, might start being a little bit of a deep hole that it might end up being too late to crawl them out of.
Well, we did see Ohio State crawl out of a 21-point hole. Right now, Georgia with a 14-point hole they have to work their way out of as Fuego brings it forward 31 yards. So this game is not even close to being over.
I know, absolutely. There's still plenty of time left, but just for the sake of the fans, Georgia's really going to need to call on their fans to really try to stifle that offense.
Petty, back to pass. Throw, caught by, that looks like the other tight end. Nope, it's big Uriah Pace, 6'1", 200-pound wide receiver out of Panama City, Florida. 1st and 10, Bulldogs.
Well, I said after last week with Pace only getting 1 catch for 4 yards, Pace is looking to have a better game tonight.
Petty going deep, caught to the 30, still on his feet. It is Jeff Master with a massive reception. 2 receptions for 63 yards. He's averaging over 30 a catch.
Just a beautiful route ran by Master. Just absolutely just cut it outside. Had nothing but air and opportunity. Just unfortunately just got tackled from behind.
1st and 10, under 5 minutes left in the half. Petty in the gun. O'Reilly off of his hip, drops back, throws out to O'Reilly, but he can't hang on to it.
No, just a good bobble. It looked like we were gonna have a catch, and did you happen to see who had that breakup? I couldn't see the number on the jerseys.
I did not, unfortunately, as the play was too quick. Throwing for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Intended for Jason Dodd. It would have tied the all-time record, and what a way to do it. It's 3rd and 10.
Oh, just a heartbreaker. Nobody was near Dodd. Just has to get that a little bit less air.
Play action throw caught by Carter. 7-yard pickup. 4th and 3 though. They may be calling on the kicker, and indeed they are.
Well, looks like we're gonna be taking this to it. Well, let's not jinx it. Let's not put the kicker curse out loud just yet.
Kick is up, and it is no good.
See, just like that. I tried to stop myself. I opened my mouth, and there was the there was the kicker curse. That is absolutely my fault. Oh, you hate to see it.
You're an announcer now. You've officially had the announcer jinx, so congratulations, Dominic. As Tyree throws towards the near sideline, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that I'm gonna be hearing that from the Georgia fans for a couple plays after that one.
Tyree in the gun, empty backfield. Throws this one and caught by Harden. 10-yard pickup, 1st and 10.
Absolute needle of a throw to hit that right where it needed to be in double coverage. Absolute dot and absolute sure hands on the catch.
Tyree in the pistol, Davis in the backfield. It's a handoff to her, and she gets dropped for a loss of 1. In on the play, King Harris.
So Harris just screamed off the line like hair was on fire. Absolute missile to meet her in the backfield.
Tyree in the gun. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, trying to turn upfield, gets a nice block, but he's not going to get away from the free safety Malik Austin.
So Austin said block, no problem. Absolutely just moved the blocker out of the way, grabbed Tyree, and just stymied what could have been a potential breaker.
3rd and 9, dumps off to Davis, and she's tripped up.
Oh, I'll tell you what, not an absolute drive that you wanted to see. Got the ball back, had plenty of time to go maintain and extend the lead. Just looks like the Georgia defense woke up and was not playing about this possession. Good stop, and let's see if we can get the offense to come back out and actually put some more points on the board.
Quentin Williams on the stop for the Bulldogs, as we'll have an update from Twitch after this punt. Turn across the 35, and it's Hayden Carter with an 8-yard return. Wow, a 77-yard touchdown pass to Hunter Dowell for West Virginia, with Virginia Tech still leading 23-21 with under 3 minutes left in the half.
Sounds like they got fireworks going on out there.
Petty keeps it himself. Yeah, absolutely. 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8. And now it'll set it up for the Dogs to try to get something going here.
So they have 2.5 minutes. They've got to start making plays, and they've got to stretch the field really fast.
The good news for Georgia is they get the ball back at the half, as they'll hand this off to Jed O'Reilly, who turns it on. 5-yard pickup, 3rd and 3. So this is a golden opportunity to go 2 for 1 if you're Georgia.
Absolutely. If you can get any type of points on the board, you get the ball back at half, and if you can get another score, we're suddenly talking about a complete different ball game. This could really be the momentum shifter that Georgia needs going into the half.
Petty under center, strong eye formation, fakes the handoff. Here comes the pressure, dumps that one off towards the right side. It is Peters, 5-yard pickup for the first down.
So just an absolute crushing shot from the Berlin Wall. Man, I'm sensing some ice baths in some futures tonight.
Ball on the 49-yard line of the Buckeyes. Petty drops back, throws, and that one looked like it thread the defenders, but he couldn't hang on to it. 2nd and 10.
So that money just screamed across, took a shot, and just had a good play on the ball and just jarred it loose.
Petty back again under 2, throws, caught. No, he dropped it. It was a drop, and it looked like it was Jeff Master.
I believe you're right. I think Master, and I was waiting for the call to say Master hands with the Master lock, and it just looks like a Master drop.
3rd and 10, sacked in the backfield, and a huge hit by big number 62, Evan McDuffie, and it's 4th and 10.
So McDuffie with the absolute stuffy in the backfield. This was not the drive that Georgia needed heading into halftime.
So it'll go back to the Buckeyes. And the return along the sideline, trying to stay in, was Ethan Flowers. 14-yard return. As we look at the offensive production, Ballard has not been involved. Ian Ballard, of course, last week, 6 receptions for 91 yards. We'll see if they can get him going.
It's an absolute crickets for Ballard, and that's not a likely case. We've got 89 seconds. Let's go see if we can get the ball in his hands.
Tyree throws towards the sideline, caught by Flowers, 18-yard pickup, and that's the first reception from Flowers tonight.
And, I was going to ask you right before that play snap if we looked to see if Ohio State was just going to knee it out and kind of play conservative, take the lead, but it looks like they're still taking shots downfield.
Absolutely, as there's still plenty of time left. Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Split backs, Tyree drops back, gets a block, dumps that one off to Crenshaw on the right side. He'll pick up 4, and there's the first timeout from Ohio State with 1:20 remaining in the quarter. 2nd and 4.
Well, with you and me in the booth, it does make 3 teams. I don't think you were too far off.
Tyree back to pass, throwing towards the far sideline. Flowers again with the 3-yard reception, 3rd and 3. Clock stops at a minute 17.
Oh, Jordan Baker said we got to find Ballard Flowers. Jordan got half of that prediction correct.
Drops back, Tyree throws this one again, caught at the 40. Trying to work her way in was Emily Davis. 11-yard pickup, moves the chains for Ohio State with 71 seconds.
Said Emily absolutely threw that stiff arm and bounced him out the club. Crushing stiff arm to the chest.
Hand off to Davis, and she's brought down in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play. Give the credit for the stop to Toe Danger.
So at this point, I think now's the time where you really got to start taking your shots. We 1 timeout left.
Tyree throws it away with 56 seconds, 3rd and 12 coming up.
Oh, wow. Absolute just heat by the Georgia defense. Good throwaway and good way to avoid taking the sack.
3 at the bottom, 1 at the top. Tyree throws down the middle, and they can't hang on to it.
All right, well, now here's the question. Looks like that Georgia is going to get the ball back with a couple seconds left on the clock. Maybe this is going to be the push in the pants that Georgia needs.
Well, it'll roll out the back of the end zone, so they'll have to go 80 yards in 47 seconds with all 3 timeouts.
So I'll go ahead and tell you now, go ahead and look for Petty to go ahead and start getting it to Dodd and pace this drive.
Here we go. Dump this one across. Caught by Dodd. 9-yard pickup, 2nd and 1.
Oh, someone needs to pick up that phone because I absolutely called that. Looking forward to it.
All right, where are we going this time, Nostradamus?
I'm liking the big boy leak.
Petty in the gun. Clock still rolling with 24 seconds left, 23 seconds left.
I'm not understanding why would you not utilize the timeout here? What are we doing?
13 seconds left.
Are we waiting for an invitation to snap the ball?
7 seconds left. Snaps it at 5. This is going to be the half. Petty dumps this one down low. And it's going to call timeout with a second left.
I don't understand the thought process here. Just an absolute fumbling of this last possession.
Petty launches deep for the Hail Mary, and that one will fall incomplete. And that's going to do it for the half. Halfway home, it's Ohio State 21, Georgia 7. Bulldogs with the ball. When we come back after this, you're tuned in to the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Elon Olive and Dominic Barfield coming to you live from Athens, Georgia, where the home team, they made some noise a little bit in the beginning of that second quarter, but ever since then, it's been all Buckeyes.
Said no. I'm still baffled of what we just witnessed on that last drive. You still had a pocket full of timeouts. You had plenty of time to at least try to take a couple shots. Just sitting there letting the clock bleed like it was going out of style. Just I don't understand what they were thinking or seeing, but hey, there's the reason why we're up here in the booth and we're not out there on the field making these calls and decisions.
Absolutely. As we look at the first half stats, and you know what, Georgia actually out rushing and doing better on time of possession, but it's that passing game by Ohio State, and more importantly, the defense by the Buckeyes that have really kept Brandon Petty and company at bay.
Well, going into the second half, I would really go ahead and start trying to get that ball back in the Jets' hands and just see if we can get the Jet to take off. If they're going to sit there and take the rushing lead going into half, I would absolutely just keep relying on that, leaning in on that, seeing if we can try to change the score a little bit.
Underway in the third quarter as the return comes forward out to the 35 is Luke Fuego with the 32-yard return. 1st and 10 in this one.
Well, like Petty John had said in chat, clock management has been a serious crutch. I guess this isn't the first time. Maybe this is just commentator inexperience not being familiar with their clock management system.
Petty under center. Hands off to O'Reilly. He's got nothing but green in front of him. 14-yard pickup for the Jet.
And just like I called, maybe Georgia's going to lean in on the Jet and just keep it going. Wide open spaces, ran through the hole, an absolute killer first down by the Jet plane.
And as Petty will take off, he'll get hit behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 3 on the play, DJ Money. But with that run by Jed O'Reilly, he now passes Nicholas Perez for the second most in school history. He needed 44. He's in the 50s after that 14-yard gain on first down. So congratulations to the Jet O'Reilly. Hand off to O'Reilly here, or excuse me, Will McKnight, the senior out of Jackson, Tennessee. And Mike Diamond comes through 3rd and 15.
I was about to say, I thought that was Jed O'Reilly as well, and I was about to say, congratulations, and oh no.
Petty fakes the handoff. Again, he's sacked. No, he dropped the football, picked up by O'Reilly, and O'Reilly, but they're going to say it's a sack by the Berlin Wall.
Ooh, absolute disaster-saving call there. That could have been an absolute nightmare and a potential scoop and score. Good eyes getting on the ball and just trying to save the play.
That was a sack by Jeremy Schultz. My apologies. They showed the Berlin after that, as it'll be a punt back to the Buckeyes. And now Ohio State with a chance to really open this thing up.
Is that Dylan Petty? All good, no worries. Did think that you were being rude whatsoever. Absolute water under the bridge, my man.
Ball on the 31-yard line. Tyree in the pistol. He's got Davis in the backfield. Takes the snap. She'll take the ball. Davis with a wide open hole. Fights for yards against Malik Austin, and it is 1st and 10.
I will tell you, okay. Emily and this stiff arm are just going hand to hand like peanut butter and jelly tonight.
Tyree throws out to Flowers, 4-yard reception. 2nd down and 6. 7.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. As we'll have an update from Twitch momentarily. Tyree with the quarterback keeper brought down after a 5-yard gain. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You know, if I'm Tyree and if I'm averaging 3 yards a run, I think I would just keep it in my hands and just keep going. You get 3 each time. You can keep the drive alive.
Absolutely. Tyree hands off to Davis. She'll pick up a whole lot more than 3, a 9-yard rush. So you've got Tyree averaging 3, but Davis averaging 5.2.
Well, when you're combined averaging over 8 yards combined, that's an absolute two-headed twin monster in that backfield tonight.
Twitch update after this play. Tyree throws towards the right side. Caught for the first down. No, he dropped it. He held it out and couldn't control the ball to the ground. Over on Twitch, a 5-yard touchdown pass to Elijah Parks for Virginia Tech, and it's 30-21 with 7:11 in the 3rd. Go ahead, Dominic.
I said it was a good play by Malik Austin to get in there and disrupt that catch and make sure that ball was not coming. An out-town population, what a hammer.
Quentin Williams dropping the hammer there. 3rd and 10. Throws towards the right side, caught to the 20, 15, 10, going all the way, touchdown! Eden Ballard, we called for him earlier, and he shows up.
Hey, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, weren't you the one who called for Ballard to finally find Pater earlier?
And it just so happens he was able to make it happen, as the extra point is good. 21-point lead for Ohio State. If you're the Buckeyes, though, you know that it is possible to come back down by 21. You're not comfortable here. You got to keep your foot on the pedal.
Absolutely. Do keep your head on a swivel. Keep your eyes behind you. Do not let off. You cannot afford to get lackadaisical in the second half and just, like you said, take the foot off the gas.
Another thing to talk about is Georgia in single digits in first downs, as the Bulldogs go in the strong I formation. Petty hands this one off to O'Reilly, and 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4.
So when you said that they've been single-digit first downs, that you gotta give credit to the Ohio State defense. They are flying around and they are swarming to the ball. Absolute great pressure, not allowing many pickups.
Petty with pressure throws that one, nearly intercepted by Seth Berlin.
Oh, you know the Berlin Wall has got to be punching the air right now. He wants that one back.
Petty in the gun. O'Reilly off the right hip. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, runs over one man, avoids another, turns it to a 4-yard rush and a first down for the Dogs.
It's a good run by Petty. Liked what he saw. Just absolute, leg-churning session.
There's the 10th first down for Georgia. Petty hands off to O'Reilly, and he is brought down by Berlin after a gain of 2 yards.
Well, Berlin said that if I can't get the pick, I'm gonna go get a hit.
2nd down and 8. Under 6 minutes to play in the third. Petty in the gun. O'Reilly off the right hip. Hands off to O'Reilly, and he will go forward for 6, 3rd and 2.
I said you gotta like where you're at 3rd and 2. I would rather be short than have to play behind the sticks. Let's see if they can maintain keeping it going forward, and if they can move the sticks.
Chance to get to 50% on the big money down, and he throws it away. 4th and 2 coming up.
Oh, what a back-blowing devastation there. Was hoping to keep the drive alive, and I don't know, in no man's land, I think I might roll the dice being down. Doesn't hurt to try to go for it on 4th and short.
Out across the 20, takes a move at the 30. It is Ethan Flowers to the 40, and a big pickup for Flowers on that punt return, but we got a flag in the field. Clipping on Ohio State.
The dreaded clipping monster strikes again. That's the 2nd time we've seen that tonight.
Savannah Ulcer with her 2nd touchdown pass over on Twitch. It's a 3-yard pass. Virginia Tech goes up 37-21 with under 5 left in the 3rd quarter. Tyree keeps it himself, has nothing but green in front of him, picks up 9.
That the twin-headed demon in the backfield is just going to keep the ball on the ground. When you're moving the ball so successfully, why try to put it through the air? Keep it churning and keep the clock going.
I was about to say, if you've got this type of lead, the clock becomes your friend at this point. Tyree wants to pass, but he's sacked, brought down by King Harris. Says you're not taking the throne. 3rd and 8.
And Dylan, I don't know if we can get that hashtag trending, but I like where the head's at on that.
What a hit by King Harris, the outside linebacker, sophomore out of Greenville, North Carolina. And that moves them back to the 23rd and 8.
So the Georgia defense is out here playing with heart and passion. We need the offense to pay them back for this.
Tyree going deep, caught at the 45, still on his feet. It looks like another touchdown for... It's Emmanuel. Oh, no, it's Eden Ballard. Apologies. Trying to see what the last number was there. But Eden Ballard with his 2nd touchdown. And it's a huge catch after this one.
So that catch and run puts Tyree at 326 yards passing. Absolute lethal day. Can get it done in the air, can get it done on the ground. Tyree's just seeing everything in 4K out there tonight.
Travers to attempt the extra point to make it a 28-point lead, and he'll do just that. It's Ohio State 35, Georgia 7, and Georgia's got to get some points up. They're getting a little too close to this game not ending happily for them, as the Dogs will return it. It is going to be Luke Fuego, 21-yard return, 1st and 10.
So we're just starting to sniff over the halfway point to the mercy roll. I'm sure nobody wants to see a game get turned off early tonight. This is an absolute must-have drive for the Georgia offense.
Still 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Petty throws towards the right side, caught by Carter. 10-yard pickup, 1st and 10.
Good hands on the catch and good turning up field to extend the drive. I think they're starting to hear us down there. They know that they have to have points here.
Drops back, Petty throws, caught this time by Pace. 10-yard pickup at another 1st down for Georgia. They're moving the ball well in this drive. So far, so good.
Said absolute crushing shot by the free safety, Jeremy Schultz, coming up and just laying the lumber. Got to give respect to being able to hold on to that ball and maintaining through that.
Petty in the gun, has O'Reilly off the right hip. Sends a man in motion, drops back on 1st and 10, sacked. No, it's incomplete. That was a great rush by the Ohio State defense.
Another absolute saving call. They're getting lucky that these balls hitting the turf are not being called as fumbles.
Petty got rid of it in time last time. Throws it towards the sideline. Uriah Pace brings it in for an 11-yard gain, 1st and 10.
And Uriah Pace just submitted an application to the 10 toes down challenge. Absolute good feet getting both in bounds.
Petty back to pass, throws towards the right side, caught and lit up. It's Hayden Carter, 6-yard pickup.
And, of course, no surprise there. The Berlin Wall, again, just laying shot after shot.
Ooh.
Ooh, little slow to get up there, too. I would be feeling the exact same way.
I would still be on the ground, and you can come get me in season 2022. Petty in the gun. Drops back. Throws towards the sideline. That is incomplete, 3rd and 4.
Oh, if he got that ball out of his hands just a little bit faster, I think we're seeing a monster 1st down conversion there.
Petty under center. Hands this one off to O'Reilly. Runs over a man. Gets the 1st down. 9-yard pickup for the Jet.
Jet Plane said, we're not done. We are converting, and we are keeping this drive going. Starting to see some heart out here by the offense. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Let's see if they can maintain.
Petty under center. Drops back. Steps up. Throws. That is caught. No, he dropped it. Looks like he had it, but he dropped it at the end. 2nd and 10.
Absolute massive punch out there. Good play for the defense there, keeping that play stymied.
Petty going for the far sideline. It's incomplete, 3rd and 10 coming up.
So looks like Petty just threw the ball away to keep it alive. Didn't like what he saw. Felt the pressure on his back. Just had to get it out.
Petty on 3rd and 10. Has time. Dumps that one down low to O'Reilly. And it's going to be 4th and 3. Great stop by the Ohio State defense. They'll attempt the field goal. We'll have a Twitch update after this. Kick is up, and it is good. 35-10.
I had to keep my mouth shut on that one. I learned my lesson last time, was not going to put myself in a position to get heckled a second time.
Over on Twitch, a 56-yard touchdown pass for Aloysius Jeffries, and Virginia Tech takes a 44-21 lead with 2 minutes in the 3rd. As Corky Wilder brings that one forward for the Buckeyes.
I said, if you look at the last 5 drives for Ohio State, we've got 3 touchdowns and 2 punts. Ohio State is showing that they are still capable of putting points on the board. Let's not count them out just yet.
Tyree in the gun. Davis in the backfield. Hands off to Davis, and she will go forward. Picks up 2 yards on the play. And it's 2nd down and 8 after the tackle by King Harris.
So good recognition by Davis to keep her hands on the ball. Got gang swarmed immediately. Good hands.
Hand off to Davis again. This time she breaks towards the far sideline. Look, tries a spin move at the 35. Brought down by Smoke Vasquez.
You got to think after the repeated handoffs to Davis, she might just break one at any given point. Tyree
back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Throwing deep. Caught at inside the 30. Taking off again. I don't believe it. Eden Ballard with a 65-yard touchdown reception. Almost identical to what we saw a drive ago.
Said I hate to be the one to call it like I see it. Malik Austin tried to get an arm tackle on there, and just not enough force to get Ballard out of bounds or down.
He is putting together a campaign that could potentially put him in contention for Player of the Week. Wow.
Not a sidewalk out here saying someone needs to call a chiropractor.
Ethan Flowers saying, save some for me. Wasn't it not that long ago we saw a graphic that said, rest of the offense, this, Ballard, nothing, and now he is absolutely just gone off.
I think somebody had relayed that message down there to the sideline and told Ballard, hey, they're not giving you any credit. I think Ballard took that quite personal.
Fuego with a 26-yard return. And now, if you're Brandon Petty, you got to figure out a way to get the ball in the end zone here.
I think you just need to keep relying on Jet and just keep leaning on the right on cue. Oh, another devastating, crushing hit. You know who it is. Say it with me. The Berlin Wall.
He is standing tall and strong today as he is laying absolute power into these Bulldogs. Petty takes the handoff, going deep, and that is caught for the first down by Uriah Pace. 26-yard pickup, and that might get some momentum going for the Bulldogs inside the final minute of the third quarter.
So the way both defenses are laying lumber out there tonight, I think we need to go ahead and start considering maybe making a weekly category of just top 5 lumber shots of the week. Ooh. Both teams are just laying blow after crushing blow.
Petty in the gun. Goes for the short pass, has to throw it away. 2nd and 10.
Now, I hate to say it, but you're being called out in the chat. You did not say it with me.
I thought you were telling everybody at home to say it with you.
Well, if I'm saying it to everybody at home, you've got to say it with me as well.
All right, sounds good. Petty throws towards the right side, caught, turning upfield is Uriah Pace, and Uriah, I think he says, I'm tired of looking at just 10 on the board. I'm going to do my best to get things going. 40 seconds. By the way, Brandon Petty, 1 passing touchdown away from tying Ludwig Friedman for career touchdowns in school history. Throws towards the left side to Jet O'Reilly, and he's absolutely lit up after a 2-yard gain.
So the Bulldogs can just barely smell just the outskirts of that red zone. They've got to find a way to pick this up, and they've got to get points here so desperately.
You're absolutely right. They've got to put something on the board here. This game may not be in question, but pride. Nobody wants that dreaded mercy rule. Petty drops back to pass. Throwing for the end zone. Caught and touchdown. Jason Dodd, and Petty ties Ludwig Friedman with the most passing touchdowns in school history.
Absolute dagger by the Georgia offense. The game might be out of question, but pride said we are not going down without a fight. Absolute massive find there for the pay dirt.
Kick is up, and it is good. 42-17 Ohio State.
Now, if you're Ohio State's offense, I think you have to take a little bit of offense so that, your defense allowed up points. They've been playing good. I think they're going to come out smelling for blood again.
Return by Wilder, 28 yards. And with a second left in the quarter, we'll see what the Buckeyes decide to do.
Jordan Baker said it ain't over yet. Maybe we could see some magic happen on the field.
Tyree handoff to Davis, and she's going to pick up 3. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Going into the fourth, it's Ohio State 42, Georgia 17. You're tuned in to the CFSL, presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Over on Twitch, a 70-yard touchdown pass to Kevin Samuels for West Virginia. 2-point conversion is good, and it's 44-29 with 7.5 left, as that is your score over on Twitch. Here in YouTube, Tyree dumps this one down to Lincoln Martin to the 40, the 35, brought down from behind after a 33-yard gain for Martin, who has had himself a monster game. 6 receptions, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
No, but hats off to Malik Austin. Malik Austin gave up that touchdown previously, was saying, no, you're not getting away from me this time. Huge bring down on the tackle.
1st and 10. Getting started here in the third quarter. Crenshaw in the backfield. Tyree going for the pass, catch, and brought in. It's Eden Ballard with a 17-yard reception. 1st and 10, Ballard, 203 yards receiving. Can he be on my CFSL fantasy team, please?
The way that Ballard is taking this personal after that graphic, I think Ballard's making a big case. If we had one, that would be the #1 overall pick off the board for fantasy.
Tyree, pass, throws, caught by Ballard to the first down inside the 5, and Ballard with a 12-yard reception brings him to a whopping 215 yards and 3 touchdowns.
When you think about it, Ballard spotted them a half and still coming out to have a monster game. Look to see if maybe Ethan Flowers can get a hand on a ball right here.
Tyree back to pass, throws for the touchdown, caught Lincoln Martin, 4-yard touchdown. It's his 3rd of the night, and Ohio State leads by 31 right now.
Just an absolute clubbing shot to the pride and the ego here. Ohio State is just absolutely fundamentally playing sound offense. They're not taking their foot off the pedal. They are just driving it home each and every possession.
Well, if you're the Bulldogs, you are down by 49-17. You are down by 38 right now. That is sorry, my math is off.
32.
32.
I was able to let you figure it out.
Yeah,
I hear the calculator spinning in your head up there.
It's been a long day. Either way, if you are the Dogs, you're down by 32. You cannot not afford to not get points here. You have to extend that out. Throw is caught for the first down by Uriah Pace, 14-yard reception, and quickly Pace approaching the century mark.
I said Pace is starting to set the pace for the offense. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Pace tonight.
1st and 10, Bulldogs. Petty, 1 passing touchdown away from being the all-time career passing touchdown leader in school history. Handoff to O'Reilly, goes around the right side. Speaking of school history, O'Reilly picks up 1 yard. He needed 45 yards to move into 2nd place all-time in school history, and he has done so.
I said, unfortunately, to backhand that, Jet just got sent into a tailspin on that tackle.
Throw towards the right side, caught for the first down by Master. Haven't seen him in a minute. 10-yard pickup, 1st and 10.
Oh, Jeff Master said, "Master hands, master catch." Good way to keep the drive alive and just keep on pushing forward. Let's see how Petty responds to this one.
Petty back to pass, throws towards the right side, caught and brought down by Lucas Leak. 6-yard reception, 2nd down and 4.
You want to talk about a name that we haven't called in a while? The big phenom Lucas Leak. 3 catches. You would think that they would possibly give it to the big boy a little bit more.
Drops back, Petty throws, caught this time by Dodd. It's a 9-yard pickup. One thing that has actually gone very well for both teams, they both have avoided turnovers.
Well, we've had a couple that we really thought might have been potential turnovers, but you're right. We've kept us pretty turnover free, and credit to money on the money tackle right there.
Petty under center, drops back, throws towards the sideline. That's incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up.
So the look that was thrown out away was thrown in double coverage. I think he's happy to have that one back for another crack at it.
As soon as he dropped back to pass, it was like, oh no, there's the announcer curse. I mentioned the turnovers, and that's what happened. Petty throws down the middle, caught by Dodd. 20-yard pickup, 1st and goal, Bulldogs.
So
and
Jason,
now,
well, go ahead.
I was going to say Brandon Petty, 1st and goal, needs 1 passing touchdown to become the all-time school leader in career passing touchdowns.
Well, Nostradamus has predicted correctly at least once tonight. Maybe keep an eye on Hayden Carter up here in the end zone.
He needs 111 yards to go to 3rd most all time. Petty, back pass, sacked, brought down by Daryl Lawson. He fought the law, and the law won. 2nd and goal.
First sack on the night by Lawson. Absolute crushing shot. It just seems like everybody is just capable of laying lumber. I don't think I've seen a tackle that I would not say would possibly not require an ice bath at the end of the night.
2nd and goal. Petty in the pistol. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, makes one tackler miss, turns upfield, gets to the 5 and brought down after a 13-yard gain. 3rd and goal.
So good rush by Petty, just keeping those legs keeping the legs pumping, was just absolutely trying to do anything to put this team in a position to score.
Petty, strong eye formation, hands off to O'Reilly, and he goes down. Loss of 1, 4th and goal. Do you go for it with your kicker missing a field goal, or do you put the ball back at him?
Well, when you're down by 32, not 38, I feel like it's absolute. You have to go for it. Said even if you want to trust the kicker, you need points, and 7's going to outweigh the 3 every time.
Petty back to pass. Those towards the right side, nearly intercepted by Kane Hargrave. He gets a hold of that, and he's gone.
Hargrave with an absolute massive deflection, was not letting Georgia have any thought of a comeback. Absolute good job getting the hands up, getting the eyes on the ball, and just stymieing.
There was no intention to bring that down. He knew it was 4th and 10, or 4th and goal, and he just wanted to knock it to the ground. Tyree fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Everybody bites to the other side. Picks up the first down all the way to the 25. Massive rush for Jalen Tyree.
Well, you've got to imagine with just a little bit over 5 left in the 4th, I would imagine Ohio State is going to lean on Emily and Jalen to just go ahead, keep it on the ground, and just let's go ahead and get out and avoid any massive turnovers.
Tyree in the gun. Hands off to Davis. She'll go towards the right side, and it's an 8-yard pickup. 2nd down and 2.
No, and that one right there will put her officially over the 50-yard on the night. Not a bad night.
Pistol formation. Hands off to Crenshaw, and he'll put a stiff arm up. No, gets 1 on the play. 3rd and 2.
Well, if you take a look at that stat line that they just showed up, it's head scratching that Georgia's got over 400 yards of offense, but only 17 points to show for it.
Keeper by Tyree. He's got the first down and a little bit more, a whole lot more, to the 50, 45, 40. Brought down on a potential touchdown saving tackle by Toe Danger.
Tyree just threw him out the club and said, get your hands off me.
Fresh set of downs for the Buckeyes. Drops back, throws towards the right side. That is caught by Jacobs. 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7. First time we've seen Tristan Jacobs tonight.
So I like what Damari Lawrence said in chat. Maybe we start going with Tyree Newton for the remainder. Tyree
keeps it himself, turns and gets 3 yards, 3rd and 4.
At this point, I don't know what more you can say about this offense. They are just clicking on all cylinders.
Drop back to pass. Tyree throws towards the right side, caught by Davis. 2-yard pickup, and it's 4th and 2.
Just a little shy on the conversion there. Oh no! Looks like Ohio State is keeping the pressure, and they're going for it here.
Tyree takes the snap, throws over the top, caught for the first down by Tristan Jacobs. How did he bring that in? He had a man all over him, but he makes it 1st and 10, Ohio State.
And that's just devastating to the Georgia defense. You were able to stymie him, get him to a 4th and short. You really needed that stop right there.
1st and 10, under 3 minutes. Hand off to Crenshaw. He goes forward to the 10-5. Touchdown, Ohio State. And now things get very interesting. It's a 48-point game.
Well, now here's the question: is do they extend and go toxic? Nope. Looks like they're just going to put it at 49.
Kick is up, and it is good. And now if you're Georgia, you have to get something going on here after that touchdown by Crenshaw.
No, at this point, your heels are on the ledge. You have no level of any type of forgiveness. You have to go get points here.
All right, so over on Twitch, a 2-yard touchdown run from a West Virginia walk-on at halfback. Going for 2, Virginia Tech leads 47-37 with 2:28 left in the game over there.
Sounds to me like West Virginia's not wanting to call that over, and they're clawing, scratching, and fighting to get back into that game. Have to keep an eye on that one over on the Twitch.
Coming up next, we'll have OU and Notre Dame on YouTube. That's scheduled to get started at 8:30 Central Time.
And once again, the Berlin Wall just introducing shoulder pads right into the chest plate of Chet.
That is a tough one to get, as Berlin has been all over the place.
I think Berlin's making the early call for Defensive Player of the Week.
He just might be. Handoff to O'Reilly. Turns upfield. Knocked down by DJ Money.
Said if you're Georgia at this point, I think you just need to keep the ball on the ground. Just go ahead and keep pushing. You got to fight. At this point, it's a little bit too late to try to make a comeback, but you've got to find something to build into going into next week.
Shotgun formation, Petty. 3rd and 3. Drops back. This could be a huge play. Throw, that is caught for the first down by Jason Dodd.
Well, never mind. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about, thinking that we just need to keep it on the air, and Petty made me eat my words. Good catch and just absolute massive first down conversion. Looks like Georgia still has a little bit of pride going on right now.
Ball on the 49-yard line of the Bulldogs. Petty hands this one off to O'Reilly, and he's going nowhere fast. Mike Diamond with his second tackle of the night.
I don't think Ohio State liked that first down conversion, so they wanted to meet in the backfield and have a little talk.
90 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Petty in the gun. Hands off to O'Reilly. Turns upfield, and he's brought down. First one there was DJ Money. 7-yard pickup, 3rd and 6.
Said absolutely. I was trying to look and see who was the first one to meet him there, and just absolute stonewall on that hit.
Petty takes the snap, drops back on 3rd and 6, dumps that one down low. Caught by, looks like McKnight, and he's forced out of bounds. 4th and 4, and they're going to punt it back to Ohio State with a single point could end this game.
I don't know if I agree with giving them the ball back with that time. You're in the middle of no man's land. What else do you have to lose? You might as well go for it.
56 seconds remaining. As well, there's that same graphic. Looks much different now.
I was about to say, I was like, that looks like that's not the same one we saw earlier. Ballard had a absolute monumental game.
Tyree keeps it himself. Nice block up front. Tyree for the first down.
And that should absolutely do it. I'd look to see Ohio State coming out, just go ahead and kneeling it, and just go ahead and getting off with the dub.
Looks like they'll run one more play. Tyree takes the snap. Hands off to Davis. And she'll get hit for a loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Boy, I will tell you, this has been just a jarring game of laying out shots on both sides. I think both teams are ready to hit the showers and go get some cryotherapy. What do you think?
Absolutely. That's your final score. It is Ohio State 56, Georgia 17. As Dominic, your final thoughts before we wrap this one up.
Just point blank period. Ohio State came out with a game plan. They knew they were on the road. They had to make sure they silenced the crowd as quickly as possible. Just execution on both sides. Flawless game plan on their end. But at the same time, Georgia, they're going to need to go back to the drawing board and really work it out next week. I think they can bounce back. They've shown that they're capable of it. It's just a devastating loss at home.
Thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, our executive producer, Mike Peters, and of course, my broadcast partner for tonight's action, Mr. Dominic Barfield. And on behalf of our broadcast crew, I'm Elon Olive, and you've been watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Join us at 8:30 p.m. Central Time when we'll have Oklahoma at Notre Dame. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you then.